It's time now for a little ace on local sports and sports. Congratulations to Texas Rangers as they win the World Series last night over Arizona by a final of 5-0. They win the World Series 4-1. It was their first World Series in franchise history. High school football team has this Friday night off, and they continue to practice preparing for the first round of the state playoffs, which are set for Friday, November 10th across the state. But the GHSA sent out a press release stating that the Class 2A and 4A playoff games next week will be played on Saturday, not Friday. All their classifications will play Friday, November the 10th. So the Jackets will be in action November the 11th. Time not set, as the brackets will not be official until after this Friday night's regular season games end. Many teams wrapping up their season Friday night, including region opponents Burke and Southeast Bullock. Southeast Bullock were to pull the upset. Our Wayne County Yellow Jackets move into the number 2 spot in the region and would host a playoff game. If not, and the chances of Southeast Bullock winning are slim, and slim's left time. So most likely the Jackets are 4 seed, with the Jackets matching up with Region 2's number 1 seed, which is Spalding High School, who finished the season at 10-0, currently ranked 3rd in the state in Quad A behind Benedictine and North Oconee. Jackets know they're in. 32 teams enter. The winner crowded the Mercedes-Benz on December 8th for the state championship. We'll hear from Coach J.B. Shaw tomorrow on Local Sports, get his thoughts on playing Saturday rather than Friday, get an update on how the team's getting ready for another state playoff run. Last year, a quarterfinal game at North Oconee. Year 2 under head coach J.B. Shaw looks like his team's chances. He likes his team's chances against whoever they play next Saturday. And once again, everything will be finalized after Friday night. One thing we do know, we're a Quad A school, and Wayne County will be playing on Saturday, November the 11th. Again, time and place to be finalized after this Friday night. Georgia High School Association also released yesterday what classification each school will be in for the next 2 seasons. As again, they'll reclassify at the end of this year. Wayne County will remain in 4A. Not many schools around us, though, in 4A, as the new classifications where counties dropping back to 4A. New Hampstead remains in 4A, and that's about it around this area. Be interesting to see what their new region looks like and how far travel will be for the next 2 seasons for Wayne County. There's always an appeal process, so it's far from set in stone, but all the decisions will be made finalized by December. Again, we'll continue to follow it, see what the new region looks like. Coffee is dropping down to AAA status. That's hard to understand. BC also going to AAA. Southeast Bullock to AAA. Long County will be in AAA. Appling and Pierce remain in AA schools. Burke County drops to AA. That's hard to understand as well. But again, GHSA putting those reclassification status out yesterday of all high school schools across the state of Georgia. Again, Wayne County to remain in Quad A. Both the varsity and JV esports teams in action yesterday. Both won. Varsity defeated Early County 3-2. JV won over Dade County 3-0. Basketball season is upon us today at the Benny Ratliff Arena. 2 middle school teams play each other. The girls' game set to begin at 4. The boys' game to follow. All that today at the high school gymnasium. Cross-country teams head to Carrollton Saturday for the state cross-country meet. That gets underway at 12:30 in the afternoon. Also Saturday, the Wayne County competition cheer team in action in the region competition. They'll be at Stars Mill High School. College football this weekend. Number 1 Dogs on CBS TV in Athens, hosting Missouri Tigers. That kickoff at 3:30. Georgia Tech coming off that big win of North Carolina, set for a 2 p.m. kickoff at Virginia. That game on AM 1370. And Georgia Southern travels to play Texas State. That's kickoffs at 5 p.m. All that action on FM 105.5. Other games of interest, a big game in the SEC West, LSU at Alabama. That's a night game at 7 p.m. Notre Dame at Clemson at 12 noon. Ohio State and Rutgers. Kansas State at Texas. Tennessee hosts Connecticut. Army plays Air Force. FSU at Pitt. Oklahoma State will play probably for the last time, as, again, Oklahoma going to the SEC next year. Washington at USC. Arkansas is at Florida, 12 noon. Also 12 noon, Texas A&M at Ole Miss. On Sunday, the Falcons play host to San Francisco. That's a 1 p.m. kickoff on FM 105.5. Jacksonville Jaguars had the weekend off. Legendary basketball coach Bob Knight passed away yesterday at the age of 83. Coached Indiana University to 3 national championships. Coached the USA basketball team to a gold medal. Knight became the youngest coach at a Division I school back in 1965 when he coached Army at the age of 24. But he made his name at Indiana, where he coached for 29 seasons, reached the NCAA tournament 24 of those 29 years. His 1976 team, led by Isaiah Thomas, went undefeated. Knight's record stands at 902 wins, 371 losses. Nicknamed the General, was eventually forced out of Indiana in 2000 for violating the zero-tolerance behavior policy, as he was caught on camera choking player Neil Reed in a practice that occurred in 1997. Again, the legendary Bobby Knight passing away yesterday at the age of 83. That's going to do it for the latest in local sports.